What do Tim Ferriss, Winston Churchill, and Barack Obama all have in common? They all have daily routines. And it's no surprise why. Having a daily routine boosts your mental health. It gives you more time to relax. And furthermore, it increases your quality of work. In fact, if you're not where you want to be in life, you should start with changing your daily routine. I am Layla from shutupанdachieve.com, and this video is all about the keys to building an effective daily routine. Before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos on building habits, overcoming obstacles, and creating your success. I'm going to make a wild guess and say that you start your day by getting some coffee. Then you get dressed and you go to work or school. Afterwards, you come home, you scroll through the internet a bit, you go to sleep, and it's the same thing the next day. You already have a daily routine. It's just not a great one. This daily routine does not help you achieve your goals. It does not give you more free time. In fact, this routine leaves you with less. If you want to change your life, it's time to ditch this routine and build a new one that serves you and your goals. Your daily routine makes you or breaks you. John Maxwell said, "You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine." What you do every single day determines the life you live. No matter how small it is, anything that's part of your routine will show its effects later on. For example, if you're writing 100 words per day, by the end of the week you'll have 700. After 2 weeks you'll have 1,400. Everything you do adds up. You know the power of routines. The problem is, whenever you make a routine, you fail to stick to it. When you're making this routine, you overestimate your willpower. You assume that you'll stick to this routine just because you said you would. A good routine flows smoothly. So willpower only plays a minimal role in getting yourself from one task to the next. Willpower isn't completely out of the picture, of course. You will need it, especially in the beginning. But with a good routine, you shouldn't have to summon a mountain of willpower just to move on to the next task. To create a routine that flows smoothly, you need to focus on 4 things. The first is your schedule. You didn't design your current routine. It just happened. You have to be at work, you have to go to school, you have so many obligations that your current routine is built around those obligations. For example, the only reason you wake up at 7 a.m. is because you have to be at work at 8 a.m. Your current schedule will play a big role in your new daily routine. This new daily routine has to accommodate your obligations. It's not reasonable to plan your daily routine where you work on personal goals 5 minutes after getting home from work. You'll be tired, you won't do it, and your new daily routine will fall apart. As another example, it's not reasonable to stay awake 2 hours later to get things done when you have to be up early in the morning. So when designing your new routine, be sure to keep your current schedule in mind. Think about why you do what you do now, and how will that affect your new routine. The next thing to keep in mind when building an effective daily routine are your core tasks. Your core tasks are the tasks that need to be done to achieve your goals. Core tasks need to be done every day. Core tasks are what make your goal a reality, so you need to incorporate them into your daily routine. A daily routine that serves you and your goals focuses on your core tasks. So it is incredibly important that you determine what these tasks are. If you want to get through college, your core tasks are studying and finishing assignments. If you want to open a side hustle, your core tasks are product development and marketing. What are your goals? And what core tasks will bring them to life? These 2 questions are the most important questions you need to ask yourself when developing your daily routine. Another important question to ask is, what type of work are these tasks? Are they physical or cognitive tasks? Do they need focus or are they repetitive? The answers to these questions will determine what time slot on your daily routine you put them in. So write these tasks down and estimate how long you work on each one. For example, say you want to open a side hustle. Your core tasks may be designing product number 4. It's a cognitive task and it will take you about 1.5 hours per day. Another goal you might have is to get through school. As we said before, studying is one of the core tasks to make it happen. It's a cognitive task and you should do it around 3 hours per day. You also need to do your homework. It is also a cognitive task and it will take you about an hour per day. Once you have the core tasks written down along with what type of tasks they are and how long they'll take, you can move on to the next step, which is organizing these tasks into time slots. And for that, you need to focus on your peak hours. You know that not all hours of the day are equal. You're more active and focused in the morning. After work, you're tired. You're not in the mood to do anything, especially after that argument you had with Greg. According to Dan Ariely, the author of Predictably Irrational, you are 30% more effective in your peak hours, which are 2 to 2.5 hours an hour after waking up. So if you wake up at 7 a.m., your peak hours are between 8 to 10:30. When do you wake up? When are your peak hours? Determine which hours they are and spend this time on cognitive work you care about. During this time, you're most effective. So why not spend it on something you want to achieve? Why not spend it on your own personal goals? Why spend it in the office doing work for your boss? Don't let your peak hours go to waste. If you have to, wake up earlier so you can use this time on your own goals and your own success. But while focusing on time is important, building your routine solely with time in mind is a huge mistake. Most people think, well, I have a 25-minute time window after work, so that's when I'll exercise. But productivity is not only about managing time, it's also about managing energy. After work is a terrible time to exercise because you're tired. Instead, think when your energy levels are high. Is it early in the morning or is it a few hours after work after you had time to rest? What work needs high energy levels? What work should you put in those time slots? When building an effective daily routine, focusing on time is important, but it's also important to build your routine around energy levels. Cal Newport, the author of Deep Work, says there are 2 types of work: deep work and shallow work. Deep work is work that matters, whereas shallow work is the mundane stuff that you just have to deal with. Deep work is work that matters, work that requires your brain. For example, brainstorming ideas, developing products, writing an article, or creating your masterpiece. Deep work is brain work. Shallow work, on the other hand, is work anybody could do. For example, checking your email, filling out a spreadsheet, or any repetitive work. Categorizing your work into deep work and shallow work helps you determine which work should go where in your daily routine. When you're energized and focused, you should be doing deep work. When you're tired at the end of the workday, shallow work is what you should be focusing on. The last key to building an effective daily routine is to focus on your progress. Here's the problem with routines. After you make your routine, you'll stick to it for a day or 2, and then you get lazy. You'll skip a day, and then the next, and then the day after that. Before you know it, you forget you even made a routine. Here's the thing. Routines are just a bunch of habits carried out in order. So building a routine is similar to building a habit. When you track your habits, you can see when you're most likely to stick to the habit and when you slack off. You know what your obstacles are and how you can overcome them. Tracking your habits also lets you see when you've slacked off for 5 days and need to get back on track. Whether it's a habit or a routine, tracking your progress helps make it stick. To help you track your progress, there's a great tool called the Habit Tracker 2.0. It's a habit tracking spreadsheet that easily shows you how many times you did your habit, how many times you started but didn't finish, and how many times you skipped your habit. There are also many different charts which will show you how you're doing in each of your habits. Be sure to check out the Habit Tracker 2.0 through the link in the description box. Sanaya Weather says it's so easy to fall down a rabbit hole of distractions and side conversations, but the very act of tracking your time makes it less likely for you to fall. Most of us did not design our daily routines. We just go with the flow. But by being deliberate in what you do every single day and being consistent doing these habits regularly, you'll see a huge change in your life. A well-designed daily routine ensures that you're taking steps every day to reach your goal. This video was presented to you by shutupanachieve.com, a website dedicated to your success. We have articles and videos about building better habits, maximizing your time, achieving your goals, and overcoming obstacles. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe.